So, guys, today I wanted to share with you a story that really transformed my life. It was like everything before this event, I had blurry vision. And then suddenly, when this happened, I could see. I could see clearly. And it happened in 2021. I don't remember the date, sometime in winter. I was living in a place called Leeds in England. I'd dropped out of university, but was still probably enjoying the party life a little bit more than I should have done. And me and quite a few friends went for a night out. Now, if you are living in England or if you've been for a night out in England, you will know that nights out aren't great. They are full of guys that are super insecure and have to make up for it by starting fights. Like the amount of fights that start on nights out in England for some reason is just ridiculous. Anyway, we went for a night out and we got way too drunk, drank more than I should have. And I got a taxi back with a friend, dropped her off at her place, and then I thought, oh, I'll just walk back. There's only a couple streets until my house. And this was like 2 or 3 in the morning. I'd had a lot to drink, okay? Way too much, okay? I indulged, shall we say. And I was walking back. I remember I turned a corner and it was dark. I saw a group of 4 or 5 guys with hoods up. Immediately, as I turned the corner, see me, they were right there. I'm thinking, what are these lovely gentlemen doing here? So they grabbed me, threw me against a wall, and I was just by myself. I was hammered. And at that time, I was pretty skinny, insecure, shy little Bill. So they got the best of me, shall we say. They said, give me all your fucking money. And I said, well, sir, since you asked so nicely, here you go. Gave them my cash. They didn't take phones or anything like that, which, thank God. And I gave them my money. They just roughed me up a little bit. And then as they were leaving, they started walking one way. I turned like this. So I turned like this to go this way. One of them grabbed this arm, pulled it. I'm thinking, bollocks. And then what he did was he grabbed a Stanley knife. You know, the knives used in architecture, factories, like the ones where you slide it up and then you cut. Very sharp. And he cut, you can't really see the scar anymore. God, this video's just gone downhill since you can't see, but I've got a scar on my arm. And he cut me. And I didn't realize it was that bad. They all went off. I just went home just because I was like, I want to fucking go to bed. I was tired. I wanted to go to sleep. I got back and I covered my arm in kitchen roll. And that's when it was like, oh shit, this is bleeding quite a lot. So, but I was not letting that stop me. I covered it in kitchen roll. And I remember sat in the basement of our house. I was sharing it with a few other lads. And the kitchen was on the basement, which was super weird. But I was in there, sat on the floor with just a bloody arm in kitchen roll. I think I was just sat in my pants or something. And I was just there, just like, what the fuck happened there? What happened? And then that's where the story should end. But then it carried on a little bit. This is your bonus. A girl messaged me, classic, and she was like, oh, Bill, are you up? I was like, yeah, just up, don't mind me. And she was like, I'm super lonely, can you come over? And I was there, bleeding out my arm, sat in my pants in my kitchen, and was like, tonight's really not the night, babe. Tonight is not the night, okay? And then she was like, I'm really upset, I just need someone to keep me company. And as a gentleman, as a knight in shining armour, I went round and I consoled her, and she consoled me. And then the next day I walked back to the house that I was living in, still had these like dried up bloody homemade bandage on my arm. And then I walked into my mate's room, they had just woken up, and they were like, what the fuck happened there? And so I told them the story, and they were like, shit, yeah, that's bad. And it could have been a lot worse, okay? They could have just fucking slashed, they could have got an artery, they could have got anything like this, they could have just knifed me in the mouth or the face. So I'm lucky in that regard. But one thing that this taught me, as I said at the start of this video, was that you cannot be too trusting. The world is not a nice place. The world is not a fair place. I grew up in a very small village just outside of York where you can leave your cars unlocked, you can leave your front door wide open and you're all right. Like, if you leave something on your porch, like, it'll still be there when you next go and grab it. But the reality is that the world is not like that small village in North Yorkshire. The world will fuck you up, okay? But this isn't a nihilism video. This isn't like, yeah, the world's shit. Like, it's not shit. Like, obviously there's all of that stuff, but there is so much good and beauty and opportunity in the world that so many of us fail to see. We fail to recognize how amazing the world is. But coming back to the lesson that I learned was that, okay, I need to become more capable. And what that looks like is always ride with a crew. Always have guys around you when you're in that situation. Do what you can to not get into those situations. Always get taxis back. Learn how to fight. There are so many ways that if anything remotely close to this happens in the future, I will be able to handle that shit. I'll just throw them the freaking left, right, good night, baby. And I just see everything as an opportunity. Like, a lot of people could or would use this story as a way to play victim. It's like, oh fuck, the world's so shit, this happened to me, I'm just gonna crawl back into my shell and admit defeat and label myself as this weak little thing and suck everyone's energy away. But what really makes you capable and what really makes sure that you will grow in this fantastic world is your ability to go through life, go through these hardships and come out the other side thinking, I'm fucking glad that happened to me, because that made me who I am today. And every single thing, every heartbreak, every business mistake, every illness, every surgery that I've had, I'm fucking glad that happened to me, because it's made me who I am today. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for my ex breaking up with me and then leading me on this path. I'm so grateful for just like my appendix bursting and having to go into emergency surgery. I'm grateful for all of these things, okay? And I want you to be the same. I want you to be grateful for all of these downfalls, all of these trials and tribulations, and see the beauty in the world, okay? And I think that's all I wanted to share about that. I hope you are having a great day, guys. I know this wasn't as high energy as I normally am. It's because I haven't got an upper deck in, but I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.